Alpha sir. Ray, that was for you. What it do, cuz? What's going on, Facebook fam? What's going on? How's everyone doing on this glorious day that was set aside for you to witness his mercy, his grace, his belief in you, his ultimate mercy just to allow you to be here, and you should be honored and thankful to be on his wake up list for today. Today's date is December 19th, and ladies and gentlemen, whoo-wee, honestly speaking, this year, to me personally, has come to an end business-wise, but I'm still trudging forward. To Miss Marchand, my sister Success, good afternoon to you. To my cousin Ray, I hope you caught the beginning. You're a wild boy for having me do that. What I love you, cuz. I love you. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to give it some time to get a couple of people to chime in. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I got love in my heart. I got knowledge in my brain. I'm blessed and honored to be here, to use this platform to bring forth some information that I find value in, just want to bring forth and just, just share some things with everyone. And I'm just, once again, if you see a wave in the middle of your screen, that is actually me acknowledging you and thanking you for taking this moment to join me on this segment with SHA. If y'all can see, I had to go get it branded, get it done up. Shout out to KG Creations for creating my shirt, Segment with SHA. My new swag just dropped. I'm going to get more shirts done up, so just be on the lookout for them. I'm a marketing rep, ladies and gentlemen. I have to brand myself. I have to bring to light what's been given to me. There's been a vision that's been given to me, and I must live that out. I must fulfill that vision, and I'm just truly honored just to be here and just to be on this platform and to share it with a lot of people that I know directly, that I know via social media, that I have connected with, that I may even have conversed with because of social media and because of this great opportunity that I have embarked on. And today it's going to be a little twist to it. This is not going to be your average, Facebook Live that you may have seen me partake in before. If you can recall going to church and the pews are a little close together, and some people may have to get up and step out for a minute, raise their finger to the congregation so they can be excused, and you have to sit up a little bit, slide back. I'm letting you know right now, this Facebook Live here, if you have on shoes, if you have on slippers or whatever footwear you have on currently, this Facebook Live, tuck your toes in. I'm not going to be harsh. I'm not going to be belittling and or degrading, but I'm going to touch on a topic that a lot of people truly don't want to hear about, truly don't want to talk about, and or truly don't want to touch, because it's that gray area. And I understand that a lot of people live their lives, by black or white. For myself, I've lived it as well, being in the military, also being in law enforcement. But every now and then you have to cross them two colors, and you have to dive into that gray area, what I'm saying, just to see what's out there and to see what's going on with life. But as you can see by the title, ladies and gentlemen, it's something that I find, dear to my heart. And it's tomorrow isn't promised. And it's not to start off in a dreadful way or to think of life and its ultimate, ending point, but it's to actually get you to thinking about, what have you accomplished thus far? What dreams and goals have you had spoken in your moments of darkness? Have you began to fulfill those dreams? Have you started walking towards those dreams? Have you taken the time to reevaluate your vision on what you truly want in life? 2020, the year 2020 is coming up, And of course, everyone knows, you see it posted all around social media, 2020 vision, that's the thing. When you have perfect eyesight, it's supposed to be 2020. But what vision do you honestly have for yourself at this current time? What vision have you written down, or what vision was, bestowed upon you that you haven't acted upon just yet? And the question that I'm posing, just like in my Facebook title, what is it costing you? What is it costing you? I want you to ask yourself that question, write it down, and underneath that, give it some subtitles. Your main title is, what is it costing you? Then I want you to think about, what is it costing you to not live out your dream? What is it costing you not to make the finances that you truly desire and want in life? What is it costing you by being stagnant in your plan A and or your career? What is it costing you by working extra shifts at your plan A? What is it costing, your family? What is it costing your children? You see, I'm understanding that in life, everyone likes to put a price tag to everything. Everyone wants, the high-end car, to impress people who they truly don't like. So why are you going out and going above and beyond your means to try to impress someone that you truly don't speak to, that you don't converse with, that you have nothing in common but, animosity, but you don't even know this person? What did that vehicle cost you? What did that home cost you? Are you living beyond your means? What is it costing you to, fuel that vehicle on a weekly and a monthly basis? Ladies and gentlemen, everything has a price to it, but there are some things that are simply priceless. That's spending time with your family. That's having that time freedom to do as you want with your family. It's that financial freedom to sit up there and say, you know what, I can put my bills on auto pay and truly not have to worry about living paycheck to paycheck. Or as we like to call it in this opportunity that I have embarked on, in between blessings. For some of us, ladies and gentlemen, this month of December, there's one more pay cycle for everyone to get paid. So you may be receiving one more check from your plan A in this month if you're on a bi-weekly payment plan with your job. And I call it a payment plan because you're exchanging time for money. And by no means do I want anyone to view this now or view it later and sit up there and say he's job bashing. I want to give a full disclaimer like I always do. No, I'm not a motivational speaker. I speak on topics that I truly find value in and that I feel that I can bring forth value to someone else who may be struggling in a particular area. I speak on life experiences that I have been through personally, that I have conversed with others about personally, because yes, I do have a small, and I mean a small network of people that I can, just fully shed that coat of armor and converse with. And the last thing that I want to say is, no, I'm not job bashing. Contrary to belief, I love my plan A. I've been in law enforcement for 10 years. I love what I do. My A-shift family, they bring me pride. They, it's prideful, it's joyful, but just like with any family or extended family, at sometimes it can become very mentally strenuous. But you know what? And it's something that I learned in the military. You adapt, you overcome, and you continuously to push forward. My main objective is when I go to work is to make sure that everyone that's assigned to my shift goes home the same way that they came to work, goes back to their family the same way that they came to work, because I am responsible for 40 different lives underneath me being a shift lieutenant. But what is it costing me? Being the head person, what is it costing me? Is it costing me extra stress? Is it costing me extra time to, remove myself from one situation and focus on another situation? Is it costing me to take the time out to speak to individuals that's a part of my shift to see how their life is going, to see what may be going on in their household or what's, going on in their life. You see, when you start to break down what is it costing me, it can be a positive effect, it can be a negative effect. That's just like with anything in life. And I want to dive in on both aspects if possible. What is it costing you? What is it costing you to go to work every day and not fulfill your dreams? See, ladies and gentlemen, I can remember there was a time, a matter of fact, it was for my aunt's wedding. Me and my brother Spider was standing on the outside of my grandmother's house on 141st Street in South Jamaica, Queens. Outside, joyous day, laughing, talking, taking pictures. And Miss Sandra Rogers, good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining me. My wonderful sister, Success. my business partner, my lifelong friend for 20 plus years. I truly thank you for joining me. And me and my brother Spider was standing outside, and it's this one particular picture that we had taken. Well, what a lot of people don't understand, the backdrop to that photo, he and I was talking about, being entrepreneurs and going into business with each other. He and I both graduates of Thomas Edison High School there in Queens, New York. I graduated in 1992. My brother graduated in 1994. I took up architectural design. I thought I was going to be, the next, big thing in building houses and so on and so forth. But once again, that was a dream that I had, but it slowly went away because I didn't have that mentorship. I didn't have a vehicle. I didn't see people or know people that could guide me in that right direction. But back to the picture, my brother and I was taking that picture and we was laughing and joking and we was like, you know what? It'll be great to retire at 45. It'll be great to retire at 50 and not have to work for no one else, at all. No, Sandra, I didn't call you old. It would be great to, not have to work for anyone else but us. And the second side of that story is my brother, took up electrical work at Edison High School. So we just had this great idea, We'll go in, rebuild the houses. He'll do the electrical work. I'll draw the planning for it, to refurbish or remodel the house. But over time, no one that we knew was able to bring forth the vision that we had. Because what we knew, and if you followed or watched my Facebook Live yesterday, was we woke up every day in survival mode. We was trying to figure out, how are we going to survive in the economical despair that hit, the state of New York from the mid-'80s all the way to the mid-'90s. The drug epidemic was running rampant, and no, I'm not going to get into the backdrop. Those that know my story, you can follow along, you somewhat understand. But it cost us our dream and our vision because we didn't have mentors or we didn't see persons in that light who can guide us in that direction that we had wanted to go. But what is it costing you right now to not live out and fulfill the dreams and chase the dreams that you have buried within? With technology that we have, with the vast amount of information that we can gather, what is it costing you not to fulfill your dreams in any field that you want to? Myself, ladies and gentlemen, I had the vision of doing 20 years in the United States Army. That was my goal. That was my vision. I was like, you know what? I want to serve my country. God bless the dead. My grandfather, Edward Morris Sr., my uncle, Edward Morris Jr., they both serve. I want to follow in their footsteps. But I just knew that my career in the military was going to span over 20 years because that's what I geared myself up for. But once again, there's a difference between preparing and planning for life. You can prepare for a lot of things. You can prepare for a test. You can prepare dinner. You can get yourself situated, prepared, for a date, for a job interview. You can get prepared for a lot of things. but you can never plan for life. To my sister Success, Dawn Velez, good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. But you can never truly prepare, you can never truly plan for life. Because just like I stated yesterday, life is going to punch you. Life is going to give you that true gut punch, or it's going to hit you square in your chin. It's going to make you stagger back. It may even make you fall to a knee. But how you stand back up and fight again is what truly brings forth the greatness in you. But with all that greatness that's within you, what is it costing you right now? What is it costing your family? See, I know a lot of people in law enforcement, and once again, I can speak on this because I live it on an everyday basis. People in law enforcement, first responders, depending on which part of the hemisphere you're from or which state you're in, it's called, an extra duty assignment. It's called an extra job. It's called, working the detail, so on and so forth. And that's basically on the outside spectrum of your primary job. 9 times out of 10 is done on your off day. You may, a lot of us here in Baton Rouge during football season, we may work LSU football games. We may work Southern University football games. There's a lot of activity that takes place outside of the norm of the job that you can actually partake in. But at what cost is it costing you? Yes, the finances are great. It'll bring more revenue into the household. But what is it costing you? Is it costing you time with your family? 9 times out of 10, it is. Going back, I remember there were times where, I couldn't be at Fats football practice because I was working the detail and or because it interfered with, my shift assignment. But it was costing me, but it didn't cost me greatly. It didn't cost me greatly in the same manner to where it cost me not to watch my oldest son play all 4 years in high school. I was able to be there for his senior night. It was a great thing. I was honored, that he wanted me there, that he said, Dad, I truly want you there. I need you there. Can you show up? And by all means, I was not going to deny him that. But what did the military cost me in being there for my family? What is law enforcement costing me to be there for my family? Ladies and gentlemen, what is costing you to live out your dreams? Is it skepticism? Is it your circle of friends? Is it, and here we go, pulling the toes. Is it the person that you're living underneath the same roof with? What is it costing you? If it's costing you your peace of mind, if it's costing you to stay in that bubble, in that realm of just existing and not living forth your full potential, maybe you should reevaluate it. Maybe you should reevaluate the circle of people that you converse with on an everyday basis. Maybe you should evaluate the type of conversations that you're having with these people on an everyday basis. Maybe you should take inventory of yourself and begin to self-educate yourself on things that can bring forth the greatness in you in whatever field that you want to go into. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be fully transparent. When I got into this opportunity here, my mentors and my senior business partners and my leaders, they were throwing different things at me to where someone who's brand new to the field of network marketing, I didn't understand. And because I didn't understand it, I pulled up this wall of resistance. I'm not doing it. I'm rigid. I don't understand it. It's not being explained. I'm not taking the time to find out. I'm not going to do it. Plain and simple. Until I realize the dreams and aspirations that I have to give my plan A back to a person that truly wants it and needs it is costing me. It's costing me because I'm not taking the time to invest in myself. I'm not taking the time to invest in the business to which I have started. See, I just knew, okay, cool. Travel, business, me being a home-based travel agency owner, I know friends that travel. I got family that travel. I got high school friends that travel. I know people that travel all the time, and they're going, as long as I post and I say, hey, you know, come to my website, ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because you cannot tell someone how to spend the money that they make. They may know you. They may converse with you. They may laugh with you. You may go out every now and then and enjoy an adult beverage every now and then. But are they investing in your business opportunity? Are they looking at you to say, you know what? I see what you're doing. Let me bring forth your greatness. Let me help you grow your business. Better yet, let me book some travel with you. Once again, tucking your toes if it's striking a chord with you. But me not taking inventory of myself was costing me. It was costing me time with my family. Because only thing that I knew was go to work, go to detail, rest. Go to work, go to my detail, rest. Go to the gym, rest. There was nothing in between that said, hey, we're going to break this cycle. And becoming an entrepreneur broke that cycle until I started to realize that not pushing forth my business, not conversing with people about my business, service, and or opportunity was costing me. But what truly cost me was my very own ignorance. Ignorance in thinking that it was going to be an overnight success. My ignorance in thinking that, you know what I'm saying, the only thing that I have to do is, hey, tell my family, tell my friends, and they're going to, you know, they're going to support me, and everyone is just going to come flocking in. That was on me. To my sister Success, Jeanette Davis, thank you for joining me. Good afternoon to you. That was on me. It was costing me every day because mentally I was drained in trying to figure out if I have a network of friends and family, why is no one supporting me? So the cost that I was going through every day was mental anguish that I was applying to myself. And from that mental anguish that I was applying to myself, then I started to become skeptical. Then I started to say that maybe this is not going to work for me. But then I had to understand that this vision was given to me to live out and to bring forth because I had a purpose that I had spoken to the atmosphere when I sat up there and said, you know what? I just need something where I can work and truly provide for myself and my family the way I want to. Decades ago, when I was at my aunt's wedding or preparing for the wedding, when my brother and I sat there and said, you know what, let's start a business together so we don't have to work. Even though it was spoken years ago, it came into fruition now. So everything that I spoke upon and spoke into the atmosphere, because I didn't have the knowledge, because I did not have the know-how, because I didn't have the figureheads to show me and or to guide me in that direction, it cost me. But can I tell you a funny story? It did not cost me anything to look at the information that was provided to me by Mrs. Tanisha Burke 3 years ago. It didn't cost me anything to converse with the person that I never knew over social media, but this person had the know-how to reach out to me and say, hey, I just want to share something with you. Maybe to fix your lifestyle, maybe it won't, but I would be remiss if I didn't share this with you. I see your gym pictures. I see that you work. I see that you're a family man. But, you know, if I can show you a better way, would you be open to it? And it was at that moment that everything that I spoke upon, having early in life, started to play over in my mind. Man, by all means. Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It didn't cost me anything. But everything that I had spoke upon in the atmosphere and everything that I had buried inside of me was slowly diminishing and dying because I did not have that outlet to fulfill it. So what is it costing you right now? What is it costing you financially to stay in your current situation? What is it costing you financially to stay in the circumstances that you're in right now? What is it costing you mentally, physically, emotionally to constantly wake up every morning and be in survival mode? How is your health? How is your mental state? How is your overall well-being? How is your relationships with others? What is it costing you right now that you truly want to change? Maybe you want to change your zip code. Maybe you want to change your area code. Maybe you want to change the school that your child goes to. Maybe you just want to change and be a better person on an everyday basis, but you just don't have that outlet. Ladies and gentlemen, it costs nothing to start with yourself. It costs nothing to pick up a pen and some paper and write down what you truly want. By no means should 2020 come in, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be all over social media. You're going to see a new year, new me, new things coming, leaving the past and behind. That's all cliche until you actually take that first step on that staircase to where you can't see the bottom, to where you can't see the top of that staircase. But at the top of that staircase and on the other side of fear is everything that you want. But it's costing you because you're skeptical. It's costing you because you're still in that mediocre mindset from the circle of friends that you're hanging with right now, that you're conversing with on an everyday basis. It's costing you your greatness because you're afraid to succeed, because if you succeed and others don't, then you're afraid that they're going to look at you as a sellout. But who are you obligated to? Are you obligated to those who you grew up with? Are you obligated to the hood that you grew up with? Are you obligated to the friends who you made a bond with to say, man, we just going to stay here. We just going to live our life to the best of our ability? Or are you obligated to the eyeballs that are looking back at you? Those same eyeballs to whom you created, to whom you brought life to whom you breathed life into. That's who you're obligated to. To my friend, Miss Sarah Whitley, thank you for joining me. Good afternoon to you. Congratulations on your nuptials. Hope you and the husband have a lifelong journey of happiness. Once again, I thank you for joining me this afternoon. But ladies and gentlemen, what is it costing you? What is it costing you? See, I understood that coming into this opportunity, and over the months, I started to change my verbiage. I started to change my posture. I started to change my demeanor and how I spoke. Don't get it twisted. I'm still that kid from Queens. I still know how to get down and dirty. That's another story. But you see, my posture changed. My verbiage changed. It changed from I don't want to purchase this book to now is I need to invest in this literature because of self-development. Nah, I don't want to pay for this. No, it went from paying, purchasing, buying. It all evolved into one word: investing. Because not only did I have to invest in myself, but understanding this opportunity that I'm in and understanding that I'm bringing in other people, that I'm bringing in business partners, and I'm guiding them and coaching them and mentoring them, I understand that there are certain levels in life to where I had to reach, and while I'm steady climbing up that ladder, I'm reaching back to make sure that they are right there with me. So I had to improve who I was. I had to improve my demeanor. I had to improve my social skills. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? By doing that, by investing in certain things to bring forth better in me, whether it's my demeanor, whether it's my poise, whether it's my attitude, whether it's how I converse with others, by doing so, my cost went up. My network, my value, my income potential started climbing. So the investment didn't cost me, but it helped provide even better. When I was in school for accounting, my professor, Dr. Bakey, he's an old Irishman, he had Parkinson's real bad, and he dealt with his Parkinson's by drinking. He's an Irish guy, old Irishman. Excellent professor. I think I received 1A in his classroom. And ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you receiving that A, I framed that because you was not receiving an A in Dr. Bakey's class unless you earned it. And he used to always state, I'm going to teach you half of what you need to know. The other half, you're going to have to learn on your own. So what did it cost me? It cost me the moment to break down and reevaluate, okay, is this what I truly want? Yeah, because I always wanted to be an accountant. I received my accounting degree. But what did it cost me? It cost me maybe an hour of sleep because I had to stay up late to study. It may have cost me an hour to wake up early to make sure that my bag was situated correctly for school, that I had everything that I needed, as well as, getting the kids ready for school. That cost was significant. But the cost of not living out your dreams is monumental. Because understand one thing, I fully understand, and I say it each time in my Facebook Live, that my obedience is tied to someone's blessing. If I stopped right now doing what I'm doing as an entrepreneur, how many lives have I not touched just yet? It's costing me. It's not only costing me, but it's costing that person who may watch my Facebook Lives, who may view my timeline and be like, okay, I understand it. I'm being exposed to it. I'm starting to grasp the concept. Maybe, and then I go a whole week without doing anything. Guess what? It cost me that person. It cost that person to keep their children in their school that's not conducive to them learning properly. It cost that person who was looking for me to post something, it cost them to stay an extra 6 months to a year at the job knowing that they may be receiving that pink slip. It cost that person an additional stream of income to come into their house to where they can get out of that crime-ridden neighborhood to move somewhere else to have that peace of mind at night instead of keeping their kids in the bed with them and hitting the floor because bullets are flying. So what is it costing you not to live out your full purpose? What is it costing you not to connect and converse with the person who you see on an everyday basis? My mother, Karen Morris, told me when you walk into a room, you speak to everybody. If they're in that room before you and you walk in there, you speak. Ladies and gentlemen, it costs you zero to simply say, good morning. Thank you. No, thank you. I'm fine. It costs you nothing to be courteous, to be kind, to be genuine. But when you forget your upbringing, when you forget that your mind is like a sponge, it absorbs knowledge. When you forget that there are things inside of you that you want to bring forth, it can cost you a world of a difference. It can cost you living the life that you truly desire. It can cost you living life on the terms that you want to. It can cost you from living your life by a calendar to continuously living your life by an alarm clock. How would you like to live your life? How would it feel to just have your bills on auto pay and have all your bills paid at the beginning of the month just because you helped someone? Just because you helped enough people live life on their terms, and by default, It allowed you to live life on your terms. But right about now, ladies and gentlemen, what is it costing you? What is it costing you? I work rotating shifts. 2 weeks days, 2 weeks nights. Night shift hurts. It truly does. My sister Success, Miss McFarlane, thank you for joining me. Good afternoon to you. Night shift hurts. 12-hour shifts, but it's not just a 12-hour shift, because you have to look at the preparation that goes into it. Up at 3 in the afternoon, getting prepared for work, making sure my meals are prepped, making sure my bag is prepped, uniform is together, then that drive to work, so on and so forth. So the shift is 12 hours, but to prepare for it, that's a 15, 16-hour day. How many more 16 to 15-hour days do I have in me over the next decade? See, I've already been at my plan A for 10 years. Ladies and gentlemen, January 1st, 2020, it's a whole new decade. Where do you see yourself within that decade? Where do you see yourself within the first 5 years of that decade of 2020 to 2030? Where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself financially? Where do you see yourself as far as sending your kids off to the university of their choice? As far as having the car, the home of your dreams, taking that vacation of your dreams? Where do you see yourself? But the true question that you should ask is, by you not living up to your full potential, what is it costing you? What is it costing you? Is it costing your kids to suffer in school and be labeled as a problem child, to where they feel that your child needs to go to an alternative school, maybe to be put on, medication to? Is it costing you time to go up to your child's school just because? How about your commute to work? What does your commute to work look like? Is it costing you stress sitting in traffic for 30, 45 minutes? I know Atlanta traffic is bad on 75. I know New York traffic is horrible. I know waiting for the subways is horrible up in New York. I know here in Baton Rouge, the traffic on I-12 is horrible. But guess what? People still go through the frustration every day, that inner road rage of sitting in traffic just to get to a place that they know is financing their life. I'm going to say that again. Your plan A is financing your life. But wouldn't it be better to use your plan A to help you finance the lifestyle that you truly want to live? What is it costing you? Look within. Reevaluate yourself. Take a self-assessment. Write down what you want to accomplish and write down what you have accomplished and measure it out. What is the next decade going to bring for you? What are the next 5 months going to bring for you? What are the next 6 months going to bring for you? Ladies and gentlemen, the time is now to get mad. MAD, which simply says make a decision on the life that you truly want. I'm not saying quit your plan A. I'm not saying go in Monday and be like, hey, here's my 2-week letter of resignation and not have anything to fall back on. But while you still have a plan A, start yourself a plan B. Start yourself a plan B that will one day override and or supersede your plan A. See, because I have interlocked arms with business partners who understand that concept. I have interlocked arms and converse with business partners who inspire and encourage me on an everyday basis, who reach out and say, bro, I'm not sure what's going on currently with you, but I've noticed that you've, stepped back a little bit. What's going on? See, in corporate America, they're not worried about that. As long as you show up every day, as long as you put forth that effort every day, as long as your productivity keeps the business going, they're not worried about what's going on with you financially, personally, within your household. They know that you are a team player because you're going to show up every day with a smile on your face and you're going to put forth your best effort. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine if you took an ounce of that and treated yourself as an intern to become the CEO of your very own business that's going to provide for you and your family the way that you want to, and is going to leave a legacy for your family. Just imagine it. But right now, ask yourself this one pivotal question. What am I doing every day that's costing me to not live the life that I want to? What am I doing every day that's costing me to have to return to work every day just to get a bi-weekly check? What is it costing you? What is it costing your children? Is it costing your children early mornings to have to get them up, dressed, and shuffle them off to, grandma's house before you go to work, to the babysitter, to the daycare? What is it costing them? What is it costing your spouse to not be there with them every day? What is it costing? Is it costing the communication to break down? Is it costing, memorable time to be spent together? Why? Because everybody is still living by an alarm clock. But just imagine. Not just imagine, but have the full vision of, you know what? I can wake up after I'm finished sleeping. I can wake up fully rested. I don't have all that stress on me. You know what? That blood pressure medication, I don't have to take no more. That excess weight that I picked up on because I'm stressed out and emotionally eating, all of a sudden, I'm starting to lose that. My health is becoming better. Them aches, pains, and ailments that I have, I don't have them. Why? Because you're starting to live life on your terms. But right now, everything that I just mentioned, the aches, the pains, the lack of communication, the lack of intimacy, the lack of being there with your children, all that is costing you because of what? Put a cost on your happiness. Write yourself a blank check for your happiness, and then find something that you can attach that to and go for it. Because that cost may constantly increase while the vision and the promises you made to yourself are starting to decrease. Because the day that you close your eyes, all the dreams and the aspirations of life die with you. Don't let your visions go to waste. Don't let your true aspirations for a better life go to waste just because you feel you're obligated to a plan A, to where next month, next week, they may decide we don't need you anymore. 20 years with a business in corporate America. But what do you have to show for it? A pen to put on your jacket every day you come to work. But just imagine putting in 2 hours a day, 5 days a week to build your empire. Imagine where you can be in 5 years. I'm 3 years in. The next 2 to 3 years are going to be strictly phenomenal. The next 2 to 3 years for my growing and amazing organization is going to be phenomenal. We've sat down, we've masterminded, we've game planned. I'm connected with like-minded individuals who don't sit up there and just want to call and talk and gossip about what's the latest fad on reality TV. I've removed myself from that. My conversations are different. My walk is different. My posture is different. Those who I converse with, we converse differently because it will cost us to talk about nonsense. It will cost us to worry about others. The only people that we worry about are those who hold the same mindset, who have the same mentality, who want better for each other. And we push forth that in every one of us. We push each other to greater. We push each other to greatness. We're not just talking about businesses. We're not just talking about, how can we grow our business. We're talking about how can we grow our FICO score. What's the race to 850? What's your score right now? And how can you, get to that perfect credit score or get to that better credit score? We talk about, hey, how do you want to change your address? Hey, what vision do you have for the vehicle you want to drive? Those are the type of conversations that we're having. So it will cost us to talk about anything negative. Do we have our moments where we need to shed and, just be people like, look, this is bothering me, this is troubling me? Absolutely. Because we understand that we're not just business partners. We're family now. And family can converse about certain things. And family can push each other past certain issues. But what is it costing you right now within your household to not live out the dreams that you truly want? Your job may be costing you. That relationship that you're in may be costing you. Your circle of friends currently may be costing you. You not looking in the mirror and saying you want better is costing you. Take the time today, ladies and gentlemen. Take a self-assessment. Reevaluate what you want. Look into having options when it comes to having your plan A and starting a plan B. And once again, don't let it cost you the life that you truly want. Don't let it be a hindrance to costing your children the education that they so for desire. Don't let it cost you not taking that vacation that you truly desire every year. And last but not least, don't let it cost you to have the health issues that you currently have right now and or will incur later on in life because you don't know any better right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I truly want to thank y'all for joining me for this segment with SHA. If you find value in it, by all means, hit the like button, hit the share button, tag someone in this, ask that proverbial question to yourself every day that you wake up and right before you go to sleep. Will it cost me to stay up an extra hour? Or will it cost me to wake up a little earlier to live out my dreams? And to all those that may have left a comment, by all means, once this Facebook Live is over, I will come through. I will acknowledge you. I will answer any questions that you have. To anyone that would like the notes that I have, to the websites that I go to find inspiration, to find things to talk about, by all means, drop me a message in my inbox. Just simply say, hey, I would like the notes. I would love to share the plethora of notes that I have with you. If you're looking for an opportunity, or we have spoken about the opportunity that I am currently embarked on, and you want to revisit that conversation, you want to open up them lines of communication once again, if you want to rebuild that rapport that we have on a business level, by all means, drop me a message in my inbox or leave a message underneath this Facebook Live that simply says more information, and I would truly be honored to share that information with you again. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, don't wait till January 1st of 2020 to say, you know what? Now is the time to start. Now is the time to get in gear. The best time to start was yesterday. The perfect time to start is today. I truly appreciate y'all for joining me on Segment with SHA. For those that may be tuning in for the first time today, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Mr. Tim Boots, Bags to the Business Suits, a.k.a. Karen's baby boy. Giving y'all Chris salute on this Think Forward Thursday. Thank y'all for joining me. I'll catch y'all on the next Segment with SHA.